That's a great question. Let's get nerdy. People always ask me why this stuff is important for Christians. Well, this is a huge messianic prophecy fulfilled. Here's the scripture in question. You shall count 7 full weeks from the day after the Sabbath. From that day you brought the sheaf of the wave offering. What this is telling us is the day after the Sabbath, following the Passover, is the Feast of First Fruits. And that's when you start to count the Feast of Weeks, the 49 days towards Pentecost Shavuot. This means that it's always a Sunday, but the days between Passover and the Sunday change every year. This command also shows us the exact year that Yeshua dies, because there's only 1 year in that time frame that works. Think about it. If he would have died any other year, it would have been different dates, making it not a prophecy at all. Here's the astronomical data from those years, 26 to 34 AD, the years in question. And then if you pull out the data, you can extrapolate when the 14th of Nisan would have fallen, because of course we have to find the new moon, count 14 days, and we're all good, right? So the only year that works out for Yeshua to die on a Wednesday is 31 AD. Now, why does it have to work this way? Because Yeshua said himself he has to fulfill the sign of Jonah. That's 3 days and 3 nights in the belly, right? So if we don't have 3 days and 3 nights, then we don't have the correct Messiah. Therefore, because the new moon changes every year, the day that Passover happens on changes every year, but first fruits is always on a Sunday. So the days between Passover and first fruits can be 5-6 days, or it could be 1 day. It just all depends on when Passover lands. So that year that Yeshua died, it was 3 days. I haven't found a lot of information on how Jewish people keep first fruits other than they begin counting the Omer. It doesn't seem to be as much of a day to them as, of course, Passover and other holidays that they celebrate. From my understanding, the Orthodox are keeping the day after Passover as the beginning of weeks and not waiting for the Sabbath and then the next day. So they keep the Sabbath after Passover as Passover is a Sabbath, and then they keep the next day, if that makes sense. Through the gospel accounts, though, I believe that we can understand that when Yeshua walked the earth, they were waiting for the Sabbath and then keeping first fruits the next day. First fruits is one of the biggest reasons why I think it's so important to know the difference between the biblical feasts and Easter, because if you keep Easter, you miss the prophecy.